Rice is here, who is the president of Executive Search Dating. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. Good to be here.
Give us some Flirting 101 tips. We're going to start. We're going to go women first and then men, because some of the mistakes are very similar but gender specific. First and foremost, the #1 complaint you hear in Vancouver is people are so unapproachable, men or women, because we all stay in our little groups.
I think that's true. I mean, you know, we've got the reputation as the dating graveyard, but if you ask me, the single biggest thing we can do to fix that problem is let's get better at flirting. So women and men alike, I think women and men both have something that they have to contribute to flirting. So we can go through the tips one by one.
Let's go one by one, and ladies, we're starting with you. Heads up. Over here. Let's go. And it starts with, well, pretty much what I just said. Don't surround yourself with all your friends. Make it so nobody can come and talk to you.
Yeah, I think one of the common complaints we hear from guys, we're a matchmaking service, and so one of the things we hear from guys is even if they do identify a woman, you know, whether out at a lounge or something that they want to introduce themselves to, you know, the woman's surrounded by sort of 10 of her closest friends, and that can make it virtually impossible for a guy to kind of get up the courage to break through that group of 10 people. So for a woman's perspective, you know, act and look approachable, and what that means is if you do notice a man that's, you know, you're sort of making eye contact with, maybe find a moment to, when you see he's kind of at the bar talking to friends, maybe break away from your friends for a minute, you know, go to the bar, order a glass of water, maybe step outside, get some air, linger on your way to the ladies' room. Make it easy, basically,
create
for a
some
man.
opportunity.
Yeah, allow the man, make it easy for him to kind of approach you.
Right, because being gathered around by all of your gaggle of girls.
Approaching, for a man in Vancouver in particular, because it's not the greatest city in the world for men approaching women, approaching one woman is hard enough. Approaching 10 women, virtually not going to happen.
Right, and then there's that approachability factor, because there's that, you know, the stare down that happens now. How about just a smile at somebody?
Smiling is good.
That invites in, right?
Not just smiling, but I think, and that's another point for women as well, and this is probably the most essential part of the whole flirting thing, is for a woman, when you have noticed a man who you're interested in, make and hold eye contact for like about 2 seconds, and then smile. Believe me, I know that's very simple, and you're like, duh, but that sends a very powerful message to the man. Let's
get to the guys now, or yeah, as what they can do in terms of making themselves more approachable as well. What are some tips for?
Yeah, I think a great one is be fun and friendly. So I think as a man, you can sometimes get a little bit stressed out by the whole sort of, you're at an event and there's a woman that you really want to introduce yourself to, and you spend the whole night kind of trying to build up the courage, and then by the time you get around to it, she's already left. I think your best approach as a man is to have fun and be friendly. There's a term I like to use called build conversational momentum. So don't just spend your entire evening focused on one person. And also don't necessarily feel like you want to go out alone. Go with a few friends. Talk to people around you. Be a fun, be a friendly person, laugh, have a good time. That, I think, sends off a message that you're positive. It sends off a message of confidence, which I think is an attractive quality to women, and is probably going to make them more open to having you approach them at some point.
That might attract the woman in the room that you haven't even seen yet.
And maybe that's the woman that's the perfect woman for you. You'd be surprised.
Biggest mistake men make?
I think the biggest mistake men make is not making that approach. I think, as I said, in the world of love, I think women and men both have an equal role. I do think women have to make it easy for the man. Smile, you know, hold somebody's gaze for a few seconds and let them know you're interested. But I do think, and there's nothing wrong with women approaching men, by the way, but the reality is I do think it's a man's responsibility to go up and say hello. And don't get caught up in complicated, sort of cheesy sort of lines. The most powerful line in the English language for approaching somebody is hello.
Is hello.
There you have it.
It's so simple.
I know, smiling and saying
really,
hello.
Really, honestly, Paddy, it's so simple.
Information.
604 Go Cupid is where we get more information.
ExecutiveSearchDating.com, yeah.
ExecutiveSearchDating.com. It really is simple.
It is very simple.
Being open to it.
Very simple.
Approachable. Smile and say hello.
Smile and say hello.
But so many people don't do it. We appreciate you coming in. We told you, it's Flirting 101. Stop worrying about it. Dial it back. And you might find yourself falling in love this Valentine's Day. It's 8:29. We're back.